episode for na hwefo mo call about over daily update so na wo hwe dwumede na subscribe my YouTube channel, like and share and for comment social comment section. E beji very near. Enra Electoral Commission declare seat no edema NPP amanyoko no. Na o declare seat in the NPP amanyoko no. Na NPP so aire NDC so ateki quick response and it is omasa ko oma file already crown the ama high court for appeal say decision a declaration na omo aye making omo de omo resolve it and as omo right and reverse no because sa city no illegal said the omo can illegal no the good news as it stands now say NDC for already filed appeal at the Ama High Court say a decision of a Electoral Commission and the High Court no or more reverses our decision and because and as it stands now on my declare seat 3 seat already to a NPP amanyukuni yankoni koti a dafiamako lawyer dafiamako and also and some air kobe with dimuntintima pa yankoni koti.
First and he nearly entered Parliament. You lost the primary though. That's not to spite you in any way. So it means that the next Parliament will expect you there. But learning from all these, what do you think that significantly bodes well or not in relation to the post-election disputes and the contestations thereof?
Roland, you are interesting.
The one doesn't wish you well. He's not wishing you good luck the next time.
No, I expect to see him in the 10th Parliament.
That means good luck.
Roland, good luck. But you know, it's interesting. I was in court during the hearings, and it's interesting.
Okay. You see,
and the contestations thereof.
Roland, you are interesting.
The one doesn't wish you well. He's not wishing you good luck the next time.
No, I expect to see him in the 10th Parliament.
That means good luck.
Roland, good luck. But you know, it's interesting. I was in court during the hearings, and it's interesting that even when the judge had not finished his processes, we noticed that the NDC had already prepared an appeal. Lawyer, is that correct?
But that's what a good lawyer does.
Okay.
You see, let me do this. Please. Every good lawyer, because you don't have the ability to predict a judge. If you do that, then you are not practicing law. Okay. So if you know and you know the exigencies of the time. In fact, the senior who taught me, Charles Haibo, he taught me that anytime you are doing a matter and there's a ruling that is very critical, always prepare your appeal. Okay. And always cite the omnibus ground that the ruling is against the weight of evidence. That's all. Okay. You can amend it later.
So it's not untoward.
Okay. No, it's not untoward at all. Not untoward. At all. Okay. It's my senior.
Because I saw that Ebuju was being trolled on social media. So that's
no. That's what you do.
It's fine. So very clearly, we as a new patriotic party and even as a government, we abide by the rule of law. You remember that these issues.
You see, this cliche that you abide by rule of law. You don't.
Of course, we don't. Of course, we abide by.
You don't.
Don't become the Kamaldeen of today.
Of course, of course, we abide. We abide by the rule of law, and I mean, events following this parliamentary elections very, very clearly contested, and to note that in parliamentary elections, a +1 is a victory. And so you could have very close results from both political parties, but once one emerges with a +1, you are the MP elect. And we saw all of the issues gone to court, gone to Supreme Court has referred it to the High Court.
And democracies like in the Western world, then we must grow in all facets. We shouldn't just have a one line. So the hung parliament seems to have provided us something to learn from, and it's essential.
Now, Mr. Dapampo, so we've come to the point where post-election, we've had redeclarations made, and so the MPs elect are now going to Patrick Boama is coming back. Charles Forson of Tema Central, and number of them. Usually, what's the procedure? You guys go and register, and so is it the EC that has to then, after you people have registered your bulk in terms of, and they are late entrants, what happens?
Let me say two things quickly in response to Doc. Then
just make it snap.
Yes, one, Doc, you are a political science lecturer. You know, the Constitution, it's only Parliament as an organ of state where the Constitution permits political parties to sponsor candidates. So Parliament is a very partisan place. I think people try to forget this. Parliament is very partisan. It's populated by political parties who are espousing different political ideologies.
Exactly.
So where programs from government constituted by one political party, in the opinion of the minority or other parties, are injurious to the interests of the people, generality of the people, we have a right to oppose it. That cannot be frustrating government business. A lot of businesses, e-levy, government itself has gone round and reduced the rate. A lot of other programs. So I want to say that, yes, by all means, build consensus, but consensus building will emanate from the conduct of the person in charge. When you listen to the Honorable Pendream lately, you will see that those comments will not engender the minority as we are to build consensus with him. So we must all be guided going forward. Now, in respect of your question, yes, they may have been declared and maybe may go through the registration. Myself, I have not registered. I have been so busy.
Okay.
I am here to go and register. I did the online. We were sent the online link. And so I'll go and do the manual verification and conclude that. But NDC has fundamental problems with the declaration that occurred yesterday. NPP, you, Paul Grave, you went to court to say that, for instance, in Tema Central, the returning officer, the person who did the declaration in favor of Honorable Ebi Bright, was not the accredited EC officer. So that declaration should be declared unlawful. All right? And that the process leading to the collation and the declaration were chaotic. And so the police should provide security. The court says, fine. Go and collate those two disputed outstanding pink sheets. All right? You, the returning officer, the accredited returning officer for Tema Central, go and do the collation in pursuance, because they cited the law that in pursuance of Regulation 2 and Regulation 3 of CI 127, particularly in sub-regulation 2 of 3, it is the returning officer's duty to declare, not even EC commissioner sitting in Accra. Then you are granted this order. Then the Electoral Commission uses a different person yesterday to handle the collation and the declaration. So what? So it means the matters that you deposed to in court, to which the court agreed.
So who was used yesterday?
They used the one Chum something. I don't know. Francis Chum. He's not.
But he's a deputy returning officer.
Yes, but the deputy returning officer is not the returning officer.
The one who did the declaration is the regional.
No, the one who did the declaration for on the 9th of December 2024 was the Metro Director for Tema West. And the Metro Director for Tema East actually deposed to the court that he authorized him to do so because his life was under a threat. So how does a court order you to do a thing in accordance with a certain directive, specific court orders, and you decided to do not in accordance with the court order? How do you expect the NDC to respect that? In any case, they didn't invite our candidate for Tema Central. EC sent a message 4:03 p.m. on Saturday, whilst we were in court, that she should appear 5 p.m. for collation on Saturday. When she got there, there was no action. She came back home, only for EC to do collation on Sunday without recourse to her. You think the NDC should be happy? In any case, we filed court processes almost immediately and served the EC, served the EC's lawyer. And yet the EC decided to proceed. So when things happen like this, it's as if when the NPP desires something, it must at all costs be done.
But why do you say that?
But I have to say that. I sincerely have to say that. Because it appears the EC is doing the bidding of the NPP and not doing the bidding in the interest of law. Because if the law is to be respected, then court processes must also be respected until the rights are settled. Because we have competing rights. We have said that those two pink sheets were fabricated, clearly. So how do you collate a disputed pink sheet? You can't collate it. It has to be tried. There has to be a trial regarding its authenticity or otherwise. So my party has issued clear statement on the matter. This morning we are back in court, but we'll see how it goes. The Parliament will be advised.
You are back in court, but you'll see how it goes.
No,
how the two statements could terminate.
No, we are back in court. We filed an appeal. We filed an application for stay. We are filing other processes today. And so, to the extent that I don't know that the Saturday ruling, for instance, which the EC has purportedly proceeded to do what they did yesterday, has been served on Parliament, the clerk to Parliament. Because it's an order that must be served on the clerk to Parliament for the clerk to Parliament to perhaps act accordingly. And I don't know, within all this controversy, the EC may advise Parliament regarding the supposed outcome of what they did yesterday. So where we are, I can envisage that there will be some problems with those constituencies that are in dispute.
I don't understand. What would they be? They've been declared by the Electoral Commission. So
hold on. Do you know how many?
Please,
hold on.
Let me ask my question.
Okay.
They've been declared by the Electoral Commission.
Yeah.
Just like the way you were given a link to register online, they will also be given links, not barring any communication from the Electoral Commission that they've not been re-elected.
Okay.
So subsequently, they will go and do the physical registration just like you would do.
Okay.
So what are you saying?
Do you know how many times Electoral Commission has declared the Central results, for instance? EC declared it, whether accredited EC officer or not, declared it on the 9th of 9th December. It's been set aside. Charles Forcing got declared on the 17th of December at EC office in Reach. It's been set aside. The third one was done yesterday. So who says that that too will not be set aside? That is why I'm saying there's a controversy in respect of all the seats that we have, about 9 seats.
So anything can happen?
Manda is in court. Fatiakwa North is in court. He secured even an ex parte injunction, but there was an application that was heard yesterday, ruling to be delivered today to set aside that ex parte grant of injunction that will last for 10 days. Akwetia is in court. Obuasi East is in court. The Chiman South is in court. Tema Central is in court. Ablekuma North, we are in court. Okankwe Central, we are in court. You understand?
So the question I asked you,
yes,
would they register and be in that chamber when because this is what we're doing. We're looking at your election command center. Ghana decide.
Trobu is also in court.
We're going live. We'll make sure that the dissolution of the 8th Parliament, we're going to cover it.
Yes.
When we're covering that 9th Parliament, of which you will be a member, would they be in that chamber?
I am unable to tell because Parliament has been served with all these court processes, including including some injunctions, lawfully.
And we're going to have the same speaker again. So anything can happen.
Well, I don't know.
Okay.
Yes.
When is Parliament going to be dissolved?
Midnight of tonight.
Not this morning.
No.
You haven't gotten any communication there?
Technically, the business on the floor for the 9th Parliament may commence 10 a.m. today, and by 12 p.m. That is the program I have. By 12
you mean
PM,
the 8th Parliament?
The House by 12 p.m. The House may be adjourned. Okay. Now, in terms of constitutional language, the life of the Parliament will come to an end midnight tonight. So any matter could arise. after 12 midday for Parliament to reconvene and consider. That is why I don't want to be specific that by midday Parliament will be
or even before midday.
Or even before midday. But constitutionally speaking, the life will end at midnight. Then the new Parliament will be ushered in with programs and activities to elect a new speaker and all the and the 2 deputies.
Ebusia mo akwaba do ba daily update so na wo hwe dwumade na subscribe ya my YouTube channel, like and share and for comment so share comment section. E beje brane akama tifo ne ahwefo nyina so atibi na ni nyina ye ensema etwago ne NDC fo ayo man show mo ntwi because mandamos application na NPP for the query Electoral Commission energy mensa man say kwan bia so keteka omo be fa so authority the NPP amanyoko no because omodin so ombeje atum say NDC enye 2/3 in parliament no eno ene omodin ene kwan bia so man say omo man ma so omo be fa kwan bia so no omo akwahye the 2/3 of NPP amanyoko no enti assistance now no NDC amanyoko no elusu 2/3 in parliament because Electoral Commission agba modern aifa kwan bia so declare seat no miensa makoma miensa de ama NDC amanyoko no ebusia we assistance and we ensem of nam yapono so ene awie nti ye de nsem foforo ba stay tuned stay connected obeje bre no hwe